toongrin.com.
Hey guys, we're doing some more trailer reactions. We're going to start off going in alphabetical order. We got quite a few and we're going to take some time, so we're going to get started with apparently Battletoads dropped at E3. I know we're not a gaming channel, but Y-Boys agreed with me that it's vaguely animation related. They had a cartoon at one point. It was terrible, but they had one.
Yeah, it's basically one of those things that basically spawned out of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So why not comment on it?
Like the classic known as the Cheetah Men.
Or Street Sharks.
Hey man, they were jawsome.
Are these guys warty, I guess?
No, but their names are, I think, was it Warts, Pimple, and Zits?
I don't want to play it this
Oh,
game.
Rash, Pimple, and Zits.
Yeah, that's because that's so much better.
What was it the nerd said? Why not just name them herpes, genital warts, and gonorrhea?
Yeah.
Alright guys, so we're going to take a look. It looks like this is a shorty. It's only about a minute, so here we go and play.
See what Xbox has to show us.
A lot of time has passed.
Ugh.
You've gotten soft, complacent.
Are they talking about the Xbox fan base?
You always knew this.
Or the diseases they got.
You always knew the three of you would be meeting again.
No one ever thought
You
that.
always... Wait, what?
Okay. Battletoads. Okay.
A brand new game featuring body morphing genre mashups, 3-player couch co-op, 4K hand-drawn 2.5D graphics, and broad, non-specific feature declarations. They're back.
Okay. From what I can tell from the tone, they're taking a little bit... I know people are going to hate me comparing this, but it felt a little bit sort of like how Thundercats Roar looks, in a sense.
Yeah, well, Battletoads was always a weird game because it had all the stuff they mentioned. There was like body morphing and stuff like that. It's arguably one of the hardest games made. It was a very challenging game.
Right.
I think as a trailer, this was garbage because it's really only banking on if you know what Battletoads is, you'll be excited for this. I think in terms of business, though, you should want to get the new audience as well. You shouldn't just hope nostalgia's all you need.
Yeah, because all the players in like the 2000s and such would never have heard of the Battletoads unless they played any of the games that were like re-released and such.
Yeah, because it's an old game.
Yeah, there's not much inclination to play these sort of old games unless you've basically been introduced to them by somebody else.
Did it only say 2019 release? Did it even say, is it just on Xbox?
Yeah, it just says it's 2019, just Xbox exclusive.
Oh, okay. Oh, that sucked. God, that's like when they did, like, they bought Rare, like, Microsoft bought Rare.
Yeah.
So, like, we lost Banjo-Kazooie, because Banjo-Kazooie was on N64, and then it was strictly on the Xbox. And then they ruined that, because instead of giving us Banjo 3, they gave us Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
It's a car driving game.
Yeah, which is a car driving game, which has nothing to do with Banjo and or Kazoo. And even though, another thing I hated about that game, too, was, like, in the very opening, they're like, oh, you have to collect this stuff. So it's just you walking through a line of collecting stuff.
You're like, oh god, how boring is that?
Yeah, and like, it's the game developers being like, oh yeah, this is so tedious. Banjo-Kazooie wasn't tedious. Banjo-Kazooie was fun. Just because you decided to make it tedious to promote your crappy car game that had no reason to be forcibly integrated into this.
Yeah, it's not on us.
Yeah, it's not on us, the player, for being a fan of the original, and you made something completely different.
Right.
You know, you don't promise the equivalent of like, oh man, did you like Mario 64? Imagine a sequel to that. Instead of getting like Mario Odyssey, you got the equivalent of like
a boat sailing game.
Yeah, like Double Dash or something.
No.
But wouldn't that be confusing?
Yeah.
Like, this to me sucked as a trailer because unless you are aware of the Battletoads,
it's not even really that good as a teaser. It's only good as a teaser if it's nostalgia baiting. But other than that, it has really no sort of value. Like, you don't even get to see like much of the art style of it. Like, you only get to see like the stickiness of the tongue and that Tombstone, I guess.
When you did the racing segments,
Yeah.
there
Oh,
were
yeah.
things that pop up and you like run into them.
Right.
That's what it's supposed to be. I'm glad it's at least the 2.5D drawn stuff.
Yeah.
Because I've loved that art style ever since I went back and played Wario Land Shake It.
Mm-hmm.
And I really enjoy it because the way they did that game was the entire game was drawn. That's how they animated the game. Everything is hand drawn. So when you play the Wario Land Shake It game, it's like you're playing a Wario anime.
Right.
And that to me looks astounding. It's so beautiful. I wish they would do more side scrollers like that. And the only other one that's come close is Cuphead.
Yeah.
And that's it. Even though there are so many games you could do that with. They could do another like Final Fight and do it in that art style. They could do another Wario Land Shake It. They could just do a Mario Brothers game like that. They could do a Metroid game like that. They can do a Kirby game like that. Yoshi. There's literally endless possibility to play with that concept.
Right.
No one does it. Cuphead did it. That was it. And then now this.
Well, I believe Yoshi and Kirby's are coming out this time, and they're usually all about side-scrolling, all that with that 2.5D sort of stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like they don't look like they're hand drawn or anything.
Right.
Like they still do like 3D model. Like Yoshi's Epic Yarn, fun. Kirby's Epic Yarn, also fun. But I would love to see it hand drawn. I would love to see like I would love to play like a Donkey Kong game and feel like I'm playing a Donkey Kong anime.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Cause like Wario Land Shake It did it, and it's so much fun. It's just so beautiful to look at. And it would be nice if they did more games like that. Kudos that they're doing it with Battletoads. I'm glad Battletoads are coming back in some capacity. Actually, it even makes sense it'd be Xbox only. If you go back and play Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, when you go to the pause screen, they do the Battletoads theme. So when you pause it, it goes like... It plays like the beatbox sound of the
right.
Battletoads theme. God, like... It kind of sucks, though, to have exclusive games. I mean, there's a reason, obviously, because it boosts sales.
It boosts sales for that specific console.
And Nintendo only, like, primarily does
Exclusive ones.
console-only stuff. But they kind of earned it a lot more so than Microsoft. Because, like, with Nintendo, we created Mario, we created DK, Samus, Kirby, Yoshi, Wario. We created all these concepts. We created all these IPs. Xbox just goes out and buys properties and throws them on there. Mm-hmm. That's it. I can't even really think, like, when was the last time Xbox was genuinely creative?
Yeah.
Because even people now are telling me, like, people don't like Halo anymore. Like, people are so burnt out on...
Yeah, I haven't played any Halo games since, like, Halo Reach. Well, I liked Halo Reach when I was, like, growing up and all that. I never played, like, stuff like Battletoads and such, so there's no sort of nostalgic connection for me.
It's the same kind of, like, fun hard you get with, like, Cuphead.
Yeah.
It's that kind of game. So if you like games they'll piss you off, but, like, it'll challenge you as a player to be like, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to beat this. You'll love Battletoads. Mm-hmm. And it is a fun game, and it's cool that it's coming back. It sucks that it's on this console specifically because I still argue between the big three, I'm always going to stand Nintendo, followed by Sony. I prefer computer because the transition to get games is way easier with Steam.
Yeah.
I don't have to go out to a store. I don't have to leave the comfort of my home.
Right. I even still fun with the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3 and such because I always feel like much more easier to like download games and such. Like, it's still interchangeable with like Xbox's download times when it's for games and all that. But if you just wait like the hour or so it takes to download a game, then you just basically play it anytime on a PS4.
Yeah, I just hate the fact that I can't remember what game it was, but me and Miguel were watching. We were either watching a Let's Play or we were talking about a game, and we saw it and it was like getting installed. And I had brought up, I'm like, God, do you remember the good old days when you just pop that sumbitch into your console and you could just play the frickin' game?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, that'd be nice. If they're gonna be like, basically, they're trying to turn the consoles into like microcomputers, just make them for computers. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, Microsoft should really get out of the console race and just be like, here's a gaming PC. It's essentially like an Xbox, but it's also a PC you can use. Sell it for a bit more, create their own streaming service for like their titles that they control.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why not? Because I remember they were trying to do like a network at some point. They were trying to do like their own Netflix or something.
Right.
I think Sony was doing that too.
Yeah, they tried that, but then they didn't just...
Yeah, no one talks about it. So that's Battletoads. It's fine. I think, again, if you're an old school person who's played those games or knows about them, you'll be excited. If you're new, it's like the Ninja Turtles. And if you're new and you don't know what the Ninja Turtles are, which is kind of weird because they're always somehow in pop culture, they're toads and they fight stuff. That's the bare minimum. That's the basic. Toads that fight stuff.
Cowabunga.
Jawsome. I don't remember what the Biker Mice from Mars said.
Cheese it.
I don't think they said. You know what? I can't disprove that. They might have said that. I don't think Mummies Alive had a catchphrase either.
No.
Okay, well, thanks for watching. On to the next trailer!